What's going on? What's going on, WPF? Hope the Wolfpack Federation had a great weekend, as always, and most of all, a safe weekend. And if you saw Monday Night Raw tonight, well, you know we got a lot to talk about. You know, we are officially on the road to WrestleMania. And you know, we got to make sure everybody's caught up and knows where we're at. You know, there's a lot of different storylines going on. So let's make sure tonight, with Raw ending on a hot streak, that we're all caught up with what's going on. Woo, there he is. There's my brother from another mother, aka the Troll Annihilator. What's good, Donald? How are we, family? Man, I was gonna go a little earlier tonight, and then I started doing something, and I kind of drafted off into it. I said, you know what? I know Donald's always good if I go at. I know I usually get Donald at 3 a.m. Hey, Donald, if I was to do it 2 a.m., are you still around? If I was to go on an hour earlier than when I'm going on? Woo, there he is, my sergeant at arms, Mr. Toys R Us himself. Ro-ho-ho! What up, brother? He said the wolves are up and the wolves are out. Can I get a oh? Yes, sir, broski. And Ro, make sure you send to my phone like any kind of like pic. I'm in the middle of putting the intro and everything, the new intro, should I say, together for the other channel. Just saw a woman chewing cornstarch. Well, she got more issues than Paul Heyman then. So, with Monday Night Raw coming to an end, and spoiler alert, if you didn't watch it, really you could just watch the highlights. Nothing new happened that you really needed to know. You just needed to know some of the fun stuff that went down. Just chewing, not swallowing. What up, VD? How are we tonight? Yo, I get out of work around 12:31, so anytime after that is good. Okay, cool. Yeah, because I always want to make sure, you know, I catch. I'm going on a good time around where I'm going to catch you, Donald. You know, you have rode with me every live since we've met, so gotta make sure I got my Troll Annihilator with me. And tonight on Raw, spoiler alert for anybody who didn't see it, unfortunately. You may not, well, like I said, it really wasn't that much you needed to know. We got the Usos will be defending the tag titles next week at Madison Square Garden versus the Vision. Now, I don't think the Vision's going over or not. Maybe they do. Maybe the Vision does take the belts off of them, giving them a little bit of a storyline for the Usos to fight to get the belts back at WrestleMania. I don't think if that was the plan, anybody would be upset. If the Usos walked in without the belts at WrestleMania, but walked out with them. Thank you, broski. Yes, sir. We got that Tom and Jerry fitting on for tonight's hat selection. had to go. I try to make sure you guys don't see the same hat. I try my best with that. Rose said, "So dope, thank you, broski." Donald said, "I don't like how Lesnar keeps getting beat up. It makes me think he's gonna win at Mania." So that was the next point I was gonna say too. So see, great minds think alike. Letting Brock Lesnar get beat up by Obafemi, who did nothing on the main roster. He's done nothing. Yes, in NXT he was dominant, but that's the minor league at NXT. It's, as you see, it's not about what you did on NXT when you get to that main roster. It's bottom of the barrel again for you to work your way up. Sink or swim. Now, does Oba have a great look to him? Absolutely, Oba has that look. He is the guy to fight Brock at WrestleMania. Don't get me wrong. But do not have Obafemi and beating up Brock Lesnar week after week going into WrestleMania and then have Brock go over at WrestleMania, making it as predictable as could be. Hey, what up, Mr. Poloed? I'm just going to call you Mr. P. Mr. P, absolutely, I am a Chucky fan. That's right. Rose said, we love Chucky over here. You damn right we do. I have a Chucky doll with a 9-inch. Whoa. Now, Mr. P, that's there he is. There's my other troll killer, Cold Slayer. What's going on, fam? Too sweet. Now, I think the best way that we should be booking Brock and Obafemi is back and forth each week. If Brock whoops his ass this week, Oba whoops his ass next week. They need to make us think that going into WrestleMania that there is no guarantee either one will win. Now, Oba going over at WrestleMania would be huge for his business since, he's new to WrestleMania, his first WrestleMania, and to beat the guy who beat the streak, that would be huge for Oba. But if I'm Brock, I'm not putting him over. I'm sorry. You have not done anything on the main roster for me to put you over. And I can't just put you over clearly because you look as big as me. That ain't the answer. We've seen big guys like this come and go throughout all the years of wrestling, good and bad. Not every big guy's a great. Look at Omos. Omos didn't come in and destroy the world and become a WWE world champion. Besides the tag belts, they took over, they bought out AAA, or should we say partners, and now Omos is over there. He sucks on his Chucky top. I hope not. I really hope not. I hope he's not doing any things with his Chucky doll. But what do you guys think? Do you think Oba should be going over Brock Lesnar at Mania? Or should we just or is actually having your intelligence hurt still a thing out there because we can't go back to the old school WWE build up, win or lose ways where you knew exactly who was winning on the pay per view because they based on their win and losses on Monday Night Raw going up to the pay per view. We can't go back to that terrible booking style. But CM Punk and Roman Reigns, at least we're getting the main event right so far. I think Brock has to put him over 100%. But why do you think he should put him over? This is going to be not only his first WrestleMania, his real first match. Who has Oba realistically beaten on the main roster that we can consider as a real player? There he is, Bulldog Rick. The dogs are out. How you feeling, Bulldog Rick? Wouldn't all right, let's see what Cold Slayer said. Paul Heyman pushed Rollins' buttons and things got too personal. Hey, I'm with you. I'm absolutely with you, Cold Slayer. You talk about a man's family, never ever talk about a man's wife. And if by some chance he gave you the pass, that doesn't open the door to say go talk about his kids. Me, I was brought up, you talk about my wife, I'm knocking you out. You talk about my kids, that's it. You're not seeing daylight. It's game over. But I get it was Paul Heyman's plan to get Seth Rollins arrested. And I think it was one of the funniest segments we had tonight. You heard what Paul Heyman was screaming in the ring before he got punched in the face? Where I come from, my family, we're a bunch of snitches. We're a bunch of rats. We'll have you tied up in the court system for years. I thought that shit was so hilarious. And I give it to Paul Heyman for owning that shit. That he went about this like a rat. As long as you're feeling somewhat okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. Just an update. I ended back in the hospital. I got out like 3. Damn, bro. Sorry to hear, Bulldog Rick. You know they can't keep you down. They definitely can't keep you down. Oh, Dave, actually, I got ones that come in and out. I actually left it on your mother's stand. I forgot to get it. I forgot it at your house last night. But don't worry. I'll come by later today and pick it up. Your mom's told me how you get like such a bitch in the morning when you hear guys leaving. So I didn't want to make too much noise, Dave. All right, so Donald said because if he puts him over, he becomes insert main event star, and WWE needs more younger stars right now. I like that. See, I get it. I get doing it like that also works. But what if he doesn't put him down? You know, what if he doesn't put Oba over beats Oba at WrestleMania, but the feud doesn't end. What if he wins by cheating or something? So that way Oba, we can go and say that Oba didn't get beat clean, and they can keep this going to maybe now next big pay-per-view. Oba then beats up Brock at the next big pay-per-view. I don't mean the very next pay-per-view, the very next big pay-per-view. Leading some time for him to have some matches with some other guys that are real talent and go over everybody. Bulldog Rick said, Dave, don't be disrespectful. Warning one. You're damn right they can't keep the dog in Rick down. He the bulldog. Free pass has been used. Let the games begin. I warned these kids. Said, yo, Donald is the troll killer. But because we're on YouTube, actually I could still say it since I'm not monetized yet. But once then I'll just say Donald is the troll exterminator. That way they can't try to YouTube and say some bullshit. Well, thank you, Bulldog Rick. These trolls be trolling. I just wish some of them would have their life together before they trolled, at least. Come with some good shit. Saying something about another man's appearance when no one knows what you yourself looks like just doesn't hold merit. My doctor said I need to slow down. I wore myself out and I put myself back in the hospital. But yet the doctor wants me to quit my daily job. And so I get it. I get a kick out of some of these doctors, Bulldog Rick. Like, I get them wanting you to slow down. I get that stuff. Obviously, we're guys. That's what we do. We go full throttle until we can't no more. And once we can't, we still try to go a little bit more and get ourselves sick. But how are you supposed to quit your daily job? It's like, hey, are you gonna put money on my table? Are you gonna pay my bills? Yo, Eric's my guy. What's goody? Hey, it was awesome to put a name to the face Saturday, Eric's. So I'm very happy to do that, be on the same panel as your brother. It's what mods do, man. Hey, you'd be surprised. Well, actually, no, you've been around Bulldog Rick. You wouldn't be surprised. So many people want to be a mod, but then they don't want to. But then they don't do mod stuff at all. And it's like, come on. With your name, anybody out there, whether you're new to the channel, ghost watching, or new to YouTube at all, and don't know, because when I first came on YouTube to something like this, I didn't know either. So I get it if you're brand new. Whether your name's white or blue does not mean that makes someone cooler, better, worse. None of that. Doesn't mean any of that. All it means is if your name is blue instead of white, that you now have a mod. You're now a mod. The wrench, the whole symbol of a wrench they give you. And that means that you're going to help me out while I'm doing this up here. You're going to have my back in the chat, take care of people that come in to interrupt, that are disrespectful. Any links I need put in the chat, That's what mods are supposed to do. Unfortunately, people have turned it into make it like it's a status quo. Like if you don't have a mod, you're not cool. Well, it can't take me crazy, and it is crazy, but hell, got my job, got my ranch. Tell a cowboy to slow down. Do you need rest? Donald said, well, Bulldog, you do need rest, and by the glory of God, you'll be healed and right back to normal in no time, brother. I've been praying for you. Damn right. We sending all the prayers towards your way, Bulldog. Right? I'm no different than anyone else, but I don't play that BS in the room. Cold said, I think Jacob Fatu should face Drew in an I Quit match. Well, I think whatever match we do end up having with Drew and Jacob Fatu at Mania, it won't be a sanctioned match. And that's what I'm gonna say. So does everybody think that we should have Jacob and Drew in an I Quit match, or do you think, or are we thinking another kind of match? And who do we want to go over? Donald said Jacob needs to win. I think Jacob needs to win too. Honestly, they both really need to win, but Jacob does need to win a little more than Drew does because Drew's been world champion. He's more established. He could. I don't think the loss hurts Drew as much as it would hurt Jacob. Yo, Hell in a Cell WrestleMania. Jacob versus Drew. We put him in the cell. They gimmick the shit up out of it that, hey, these guys can't be contained in a ring, in a building. The only way to keep these two guys in one area is Hell in a. Oh, I like it. I like Hell in the Cell. I think that would be the coolest way to go. Don't try and all to the room. But yep, I have three chemo treatments a month and 2 radiations a month. Oof. You finished all the chemo and radiations for this month? Or do you still have any more left to go for March, Bulldog? Last man standing. Like if we couldn't get Hell in the Cell, I quit. Last man standing. I feel like they're gonna go with Street Fight. Like I've noticed they just love to go with Street Fight. And if they do end up going that route, it's like just go false count anywhere. Don't go Street Fight. It's the same rules. You can use anything you want. Drew is a crybaby. I'd like to see Fatu win. Hell yeah, Bulldog. Eric said, I agree. Both need to win, but if Drew loses, it would take him out of the championship picture. Hey, what up, Sussy? Yes. I got some Batmans, bunch of cool, crazy stuff behind me. Unfortunately, my wrestling room has got a long way till we're done with the wrestling room. And I got a live in here on my other channel tonight. around 9 o'clock if anybody does want to come through and talk movies and have a movie debate. All right, Bulldog Rick said I got 2 more chemos and 1 radiation for March. Ooh. Yeah, it's a lot. My prayers are with you. Sussy, thank you. I appreciate it. And Sussy, if you love wrestling, you found the right spot, I promise you. And if you're not into wrestling, but you're into like collectibles and all the other stuff, well, don't worry. I still got you covered. I got another channel you can check out. So I got you Best of Both Worlds. That's right, Cold Slayer. Tell him. He said, Bulldog Rick, fight, brother. You got this. What's your favorite wrestler? Wrestler Jewel? What's your favorite wrestler? Jewel Roman? Roman Reigns? Jay? What up, Jay? What up, Jay Allen? Favorite wrestler? Do you mean favorite wrestler of today? Or in any era? Because it does make a difference. Hi, Bob. Hi, Rob. Oh, thank you. I had no idea. Do you like January solving the rights? Um, overall, Bret Hart, Undertaker, Stone Cold, Sting, but female wrestlers. I don't know who my Mount Rushmore is for the ladies. Yeah, I'm with you, Donald. Shit, I don't have a clue. I'm trying to decode it. Yeah, brother, I'm very much into wrestling. Roman Reigns is my favorite. Also, my dream is gather very much collectibles until. Oh, nice, Sussy. Who is your favorite solar? I don't know what solar is. Why did you steal Batman's mask? Because I'm a villain at heart. It's Joker then Batman. Now Batman's my guy for the characters, but for villains it's Joker. I'm getting this. Eric said I'm getting the sense that Cody is losing interest from fans, similar to when they tried to put Roman Reigns so much. The fans were booing. That was so bad when they tried forcing Roman Reigns in the beginning. That Royal Rumble, he got booed. They had The Rock come out. That was the first time you heard The Rock actually get real deal booed. They couldn't do anything to save him at that point. Why though? Because he wanted to. That's right. Rhea Ripley. For the women that are in wrestling now, Rhea Ripley is phenomenal. And I'm starting to get some more for the women in AEW wrestling too. But TNA flopped. Their women are not doing it. NXT, though, I think NXT has the best female roster out of anybody. Cold Slayer, he'll have to find out himself one day who's under the mask. Donald said, "I hope Randy Orton wins and the Legend Killer returns." Yep. You know what? I don't just want Randy to win. I want Randy to form a freaking faction. Bro, I want to get back to more factions in wrestling. For female wrestlers, I love me some Roxanne Perez is so another one. When I first saw Roxanne, I thought she was too tiny to contend. But then I realized as long as it's not Nia Jax, she'll be all right. Lita, Trish Stratus, and Paige were my favorites. Ooh, back then, Trish. Woo, I never would go against Trish. I always enjoyed Lita. I liked Lita until the whole thing with Matt Hardy and Edge happened. Because that's some effed up shit. Like, this guy you consider to be one of your best friends stole your girl, and now you want to relive that in a storyline in front of everybody. And he's going over you. There's just so much you can ask a man to do, but come on, that's just too much. That shit was effed up. Even though I loved Lita and Edge together, I thought they were way better together, but once she cheated on Matt, that was it. Fans are cheering for Randy despite him did you hear it when he this past Friday with Matt Cardona? They were cheering for him to keep going, to keep doing it one more time. He's become like the NWO was. The heel that everybody cheered for. He's a cool heel. Roxanne is my girl. Rhea, love her. Liv Morgan, I want her to win the belt. Io Sky, such a good talent. We need to get her back in the picture. I think the fans are just over Cody right now. WWE has been shoving him down our throats, right? Like, we got it, Cody. You got your story. I get it. I'm happy for you. It was cool. But they didn't really have a where do we go after that? And gotcha, Bulldog. And you know what? I'm not pulling that fully on Cody either. Because what makes a great face? A better heel. And we just don't have the guys right now for it. And that's a real problem. Eric said, agree, Donald. Cole says, who knows how it'd be if Cody turned heel. Now, that's what I thought we were going with. I thought, well, Cody's turning heel. I wasn't expecting Randy to turn heel, which I think a lot of people thought that also, which instead of made you hate Randy, made you like Randy even more. Plus, Randy's a legend, OG legend like now. I'm sick of seeing Randy Orton just beat somebody at WrestleMania that has just to beat him. I think it's about damn time Randy Orton is in a real spot at WrestleMania. Dashing Cody was a heel. Yes, he was, but hey, anything that Cody did before he left, isn't gonna be main event talent for them. WWE, Cody had to leave to get himself where he's at today, which unfortunately for Matt Cardona, I think Matt Cardona going back to WWE was a mistake. I think he should have stood on the indies doing his thing. Instead, I think he has more of a chance of being the TNA World Champion than he has of being anything WWE based off of what we've seen so far. If China was alive still, I'd love to see China and Riaz as a tag team. Yo, that would be so good. Yo, they would be badass. That would be like the Legion of Doom for women. Or should we say Demolition because of the way they dress? Yo, what up, Lord? Sweet. He said Stardust. Colton, I'm pretty sure fans still keeping their paper bags from Cody. Oh, you damn right they are. Don said unstoppable bulldog. Damn right he is. Stardust won't come back to W. Hell no. Cody made enough of money now where he can say, no, I'll leave before that. Hey, what up, Fred? Fred said, I agree. Bulldog said, Donald, yeah, you think. You know, there's no reason that we don't have more guys positioned in better places. Man, I want to see the Intercontinental title on Trick Williams. I would rather listen. I love Penta. I think Penta's phenomenal, but I feel like we could push Penta. Throw him more in the. I'd rather see Penta with Phoenix as as the Lucha Brothers fighting for the tag titles. But Randy Orton got to realize who his dad is. Billy Bob Orton. I want to see Trick at WrestleMania. So bad, I do. Too many mid-card wrestlers right now. Seriously, like that is the problem. And to be honest with you, I don't even feel like they're at mid-card. A lot of these guys. I don't even think they're setting these guys up to be the mid-card champions right now. They're just lost. That's the $1,000,000 question. Who was Randy on the phone with? Hey, do you think maybe by chance it could be Randy's dad and they're gonna bring him in as like a manager or something? Like we need more managers. We need more factions. We need new tag teams. And we need badass factions. Absolutely bullshit. WWE keeps the same 5 to 7 guys on top and never pushes the young stars. But now it's even worse, right? It's like I feel like it is. Yeah, it is 5 guys, right? Shit. We need Randy Orton to do the new evolution, right? So let's say instead of evolution, he's gonna call it revolution. All right, you know what? Eric gave me a great idea. All right, chat. This is what I need from you. I need this from you, chat. If Randy Orton was the former, it's the former faction. Who's in it? Who is in Randy Orton's faction? You can bring in, and if you need to bring somebody in that's not there, like as a manager type thing, a legend, throw it in there. Obviously, everybody's got to be living, and active fighters for the faction got to be within the WWE. Right? I miss Hornswoggle too. Shit. I'd have Hornswoggle with the dragon guy right now. That guy needs to laugh. He's always way too wound up. And his finishing move sucks. WWE today is like WCW, same stuff over and over. Same top guys, same low cards. Yep. Hey, what up, PT? What up, family? Let me give you 2. Sweet. Okay, so the question was if Randy Orton was to make a faction, who would be in it? It could be anybody that's in any of WWE, NXT, Smack, don't matter. And if you want to take a legend that's still, of the living that you think should come back to the company to be a manager, you can add that in too. You don't have to make a manager, but you can. Okay, Bulldog Rick said Orton, Brock, and Fatu together. No. We need something that'd be real. I mean realistic, not something that'll kill the company. You put those 3 guys together, it's over. There is no wrestling anymore. It would have the only matches they can do would be Roman Reigns and the entire bloodline versus those 3. No, there'd be no other matches but that one. That'd be the one match we'd get every night. Them going against each other. Okay, Randy, Trick Williams, Powerhouse Hobbs, and 2 young stars. Okay. I ain't mad at it. Hey, what up, Uptown? Okay, Randy Orton, Braun Breaker, and Cody Rhodes. Okay. Yeah, I feel like Braun Breaker is not ready to be the head of a faction. Like, he's a great number 2 guy, Braun Breaker. I think Braun Could you imagine if Randy had Braun Breaker instead? Whew. Oh, I'm sure it will, Cold. I'm sure it will. But Cold, let's hear it, Cold. I need your faction. What if Randy was on the phone with Braun Breaker? Right? What if he was? The only reason I don't think he was is because I think Braun loves Paul Heyman. That I don't think he would want to not be with Paul Heyman. Or what if Paul Heyman had his own vision and that ends up being with Logan Paul in theory win the tag titles next week. And then at WrestleMania, they lose the tag titles to the Usos, get kicked out of the division. And then Randy Orton unveils the new vision. Randy's vision. The Legend Killer's vision. Where you got Randy Orton, Paul Heyman, Braun Breaker, and Big Bronson Reed. And a young talent. Hey, what up, Lincoln Miller? How we doing tonight, fam? Um, I don't think so, but if anything like that though would be the other channel, which I will be live late technically tonight around 9 o'clock. This one's we do just wrestling. What are they going to do with Seth? Is Braun coming back before Mania? No. As far as I know, Braun's out. And I don't think, if anything, Braun would do maybe like a shock return at Mania if he was going to be at Mania. Because I, I don't know, like unless he has, he comes back before time to fight Seth 1-on-1. What else? Because I feel like Big Brunson might be back before Braun Breaker. Randy and Braun as a tag team. Seth is about to be washed up. CM Punk and Randy Orton in one faction. I don't think CM Punk and Randy could get along, but you never know. Bring in Maven as the manager. Guy has personality. I wouldn't mind seeing Maven get a chance as a manager. I honestly, I'm so desperate to see new managers already. I don't know why we don't have them. Like, I get it. Paul Heyman's the GOAT manager, but just because he's so good as a manager doesn't mean there shouldn't be any other managers. Like, why hasn't Rikishi come back and be a manager for Solo and his guys over on SmackDown? That should have happened 17 weeks ago already. Punk and Randy don't. Yep. Hey, what up, Demetrius? Hey, I don't do politics. I don't do religion, and I don't ever tell somebody else how to raise their kids. PT said if Orton was to start a new faction, I'd say Trick Williams could be an interesting choice. Also, Miles Bourne. Ooh, yo, I really like Miles Bourne as the young talent. I definitely like Miles Bourne. I wouldn't mind seeing Trick Williams, but I don't know, for some reason I think like I don't know if Trick Williams' antics would be too much for Randy Orton to be able to deal with on a regular basis. Like, could you see Trick Williams letting Randy be the boss? That's my only issue. Otherwise, I think that would be fantastic. Hey, Demetrius, chill, my man. Cold Slay said Randy, The Rock, and Travis. I think maybe would be an interesting manager. I would love to see him as a manager too. I think he can do good. Why not? Now that's who I think would be perfect. Ric Flair comes back and him and with Randy Orton, they make the Today Revolution. Where now, if Randy's now the new Triple H for Evolution, Trick Williams is the cocky young talent like Randy used to be. Who's the who would be the big guy that Randy gets to be? Who would be the Batista for Evolution? Hey, Demetrius, just a little bit of advice. Don't pick a fight with someone who can time you out or set or throw you out. Just an idea for you. Hey, what up, the Forgotten Bro? Too sweet. What about Alistair Black with Randy Orton? I feel like Alistair Black we is gonna be eventually we're gonna get like a dark gimmick. You know, like Alistair Black should recruit Damian Priest. Instead of fighting Damian Priest, Damian Priest should have been like his big guy. They kind of have that dark gimmick. But instead we got Damian Priest and R-Truth at the moment tag teaming. What up, Uptown? Uptown said Charlotte's been on a record. She doesn't want him working weekly, even in a non-physical role. Hey, if Charlotte's been on record, then we could forget that. Especially if Rick's not in good health. It's completely understandable. Right, Donald? And hey, I think he's gone already. Either he's gone or one of you clapped him anyway, so screw him. What if Orton started a new version of Legacy? Lexis King could be in it. Braun Breaker. If he was gonna go that route, I could see though the call up for Lexis King. That wouldn't be bad as Lexis King and Miles Bourne as a call up. Alistair and Selena remind me too much of Karrion Kross and Scarlett. That's right. That's literally what they did, and it's a shame because they should have kept Karrion Kross and Scarlett, and then had Karrion Kross should have recruited Aleister Black. Zelina should have stood as a face with Rey Mysterio and those guys. I loved her doing that stuff. Not that I'm mad at what she's doing with her husband Aleister, but I'd rather see Scarlett and Karrion Kross. Mark Henry's son, Jacob Henry, could also possibly be in it. Well, I don't think he's ready to come up from NXT. Because that's the other thing we gotta remember. For the young guys that if Orton is gonna for any of the young talent Orton's gonna use, they gotta be ready to go. Hell, Ric Flair's almost 80. And he's still wooing. Orange youngest son is already doing it. Amateur wrestling. I heard that his son wants to join WWE once he graduates. Well, there we go. Then we just got Randy's timeline on retirement. I'm telling you, smartest thing a wrestler could do that has a name like that is what Rey Mysterio did. Get his son into WWE and make sure he's in. Shit, that's just smart business. Look at Roman Reigns' family. Does anybody in the family not wrestle? Forgot Ambrose said, Bulldog, respect to you. I never served, but my son is now in the army. And joined my local fire department right after 9/11. Oh shit! Did I miss that? Bulldog. Good night, Bulldog. Oh, Bulldog, you leaving? I missed that. No way, I don't think you're leaving yet, right? Is Ric Flair still able to travel such a busy schedule? I don't know. At Rick's age, man, I'd be on a. I think he just want to be on a beach with the wife having fun at this point. He's done so much for pro wrestling. But then again, it's hard to leave after being here for being in wrestling for so long. Flair's not busy, but yet, yes, sir. Oh, gotta take my meds, pills before this and that. Oh, Bulldog Rick, I love you, my brother. Keep the good fight. You got this, brother. Cancer's not gonna know what hit it. That's for shit sure. Yo, Hunt, what up, bro? Sorry I haven't been watching lives. Hey, it's okay, Temptation. Hey, as long as you guys come through when you can, that's what matters. And whenever I put a video up or something, smash those like buttons on that stuff. That's all I ask. That's all. I agree with Ray did / is doing for Dominic is awesome. I heard that was one of Ray's biggest goals was to make sure Dom is. Oh yeah, absolutely, peekaboo. So if Ray was actually gonna go to AEW, that was the difference of him going to signing with AEW when they first were doing everything, or going to WWE. Because if you remember, Ray was on AEW's very first show before they became back when it was only a one night thing, and was so cool with the Young Bucks and all those guys. Also, Jericho. Why do we think Dom went straight to the main roster and didn't go to NXT? Tell him, Donald, a.k.a. the Troll Exterminator. Make sure you guys hit that like button, and if you have not already subscribe, become a member of the Wolfpack Federation. I'm Bulldog, can't keep me down. I fucking promise this. Heaven don't want me yet, and hell's scared. I'll take over, so I'm not going anywhere. There's the that's our Bulldog. Call me crazy, but I'd like to see Bret Hart come back as a manager. Hey, why not? I'd love for Bret Hart to be back as a manager. The only reason I don't think we'll get that is because he's a miserable fuck at times. And hey, but I love Bret Hart. He's always going to be my favorite. But that dude is always mad. Forgot. Yep, be awesome, but Bret will never return. Right? Like. Damn right, forgot him, bro. Oh shit, good point. Forgot about Gunther. Is Gunther gonna be retiring Ray at WrestleMania? I think so. Now that we know Rey Mysterio is looking to retire, if to let anybody but Gunther do it, I think would be stupid. Kills the whole thing that we got going with Gunther right now. Which is also why I think Randy Orton needs to do a faction. Because, hey, we all love Legend Killer Randy Orton, but we're trying to make Gunther the Legend Killer at the moment. So we need to push Legend Killer as far away from the thought of Randy and Gunther at the same time as possible. I'm happy they finally made. Yo, I am so happy that Finn's finally out of the frickin' Judgment Day. Now, Temptation, what I wish they would do with Finn Balor, I wish the Good Brothers, Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows, got rehired and put with Finn Balor. Let Finn Balor do for WWE what he did for New Japan. Why does WWE not let this shit happen when they have the power? If Bret was the manager, he'd have a hot mic talking about Bill. I can see it now, Cold Slayer. Bret, how do you feel that your guys just won the tag titles? Well, let me talk about how Goldberg's a piece of shit. What if Randy was talking to Gunther? If Randy was talking to Gunther, we never see it coming. That would be good. Randy Gun. Ugh. I don't think it can be. I can't see Gun. It's got to be someone that's gonna be cool with Randy being number one. Because Randy's definitely not playing the number two slot, especially if he's becoming world heavyweight champion. Kevin Owens, Kevin Owens is out with a real life career-ending injury at the moment, right? Ooh, Kevin Owens would now. Kevin Owens would listen to Randy. Would have tried to bring. They would have tried to bring Dominic Ray's cousin Miguel Mysterio to WWE if they haven't already. I don't know about that. I don't know who he is actually. Yo, ATW. Sweet. What's goody? But I know JD McDonough and Finn are close friends outside of wrestling. Oh, yeah. Finn got JD not only his job at WWE, he trained. Finn trained him how to wrestle. They're best of friends outside, which is why it made it good that JD turned his back on Finn because you didn't think it would happen. If anything, you wouldn't. Logically, he should have took Finn's side. Oh, that would be good if Gunther and Randy were talking. Whew. Randy is like a snake, so you never know, right? You never know. Why didn't they make Randy as a heel like 6 minutes after he turned back to baby? Well, it was either Randy or Cody had to go heel, and I think if everybody didn't think it was going to be Cody, that it would have been Cody instead. But luckily, everybody's loving Randy as a heel. Kevin Owens, I don't think can wrestle again if I'm right. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Bulldog, have a good night, brother. Our prayers are with you. Shit, Cancer don't got a chance over the dog. Bulldog, I'll be live again at the end of the week. And if anybody's on Facebook, I started a Facebook channel. I started a Facebook page also. Miguel Mysterio. He wrestles in Mexico and in the Indies. I gotta check him out. Bulldog Rick, just too sweet. See, that's why they booed Cody in AEW and in WWE for the exact reason why he won't turn heel. Well, I don't know if it was Cody that didn't want to turn heel. But I think it kind of at the same time it don't work either because we got the Street Fighter movie coming out where he plays Guile of all people. it just wasn't the right time for Cody to be heel. Riddle with Randy, but as heels. Well, I don't know what Riddle did that got WWE so pissed off. Besides the whole ignoring Goldberg, some bullshit. But I don't think Riddle's coming back anytime soon. Bulldog Rick said, "Thank you all. I'll try to get on depending on how I feel. I've got chemo radiation treatments on Friday." Bulldog Rick, prayers for you, brother. And I should be live. You know, two-ish in the morning Saturday. Which to me I'd say Friday night because I'll still be up from Friday. So 2-ish in the morning Saturday. Yeah. There we go. Should be the next will be the next live for sure. So that way we can talk about what happened on SmackDown. But why are they treating Drew like shit? He's always been dreaming of being a champion, and it becomes short for him. When you look at a wrestler, you think of a wrestler and you build him from the bottom up. Randy and Drew. When COVID hit and wrestlers were gone or wouldn't wrestle, Drew didn't just step up. He held shit down. Yo, Drew versus Brock during COVID was awesome. Shit. I was at the Barclays Center when Drew came out, took out Brock. Then Brock was walking back, and right before he got in the back, Drew ran out again and Claiborned them. Everybody went nuts. It was actually the first time, too, the Street Profits won the tag titles. Pretty sure Drew is taking time off soon for a movie or TV show he's working on. Yeah, I'm hoping that's what it is. Because I heard that Drew, yeah, that's what I heard too. Drew's supposed to be doing something like that. I'm still half asleep, but I just noticed the Tom and Jerry hat. That is my favorite cartoon ever. There you go, the Forgotten Bro, just for you. On the side. I got Tom and Jerry shoes too, by the way. I love you too, brother. Chemo kicks me, but radiation wipes me out. Then put the two together on the same day, I'm wiped out. Well, hopefully you'll be back. You know, you'll be awake and feeling a little better by night. Technically, well, technically at daytime the following day. Hell yeah, Tom and Jerry still classic. Absolutely. Sometimes I think Grayson Waller is a mini Dolph because of how he sells everything. He did pretty good tonight getting beat, actually. Grayson Waller did really good tonight, I think, against the new Will Ospreay. Whatever happened to the Street Profits and Bianca Belair? Bianca got hurt. That's what happened with her. I don't know if one of them got hurt or not for the Street Profits. I forget with them. That's how much they don't use them right. I forgot what their story is. If they're both okay, not okay. My young son, who's 4, still watches Tom and Jerry with me. And anytime something happens, either one of them, he says, "Bonk and laughs his ass off." That's awesome, forgotten, bro. Same thing with Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe's hurt. That's why they took the belt off of Samoa Joe when they did. Unfortunately, Samoa Joe got injured in AEW. Did you hear about Dean Malenko's daughter wrestling? Her name is Yes. Um, I just saw her this month. I was so bored late at night, and I was just putting on any kind of wrestling indie show I could find to see if any, just to see anybody. I wanted to watch something where I didn't know nobody, and I caught Malenko's daughter. I completely forgot all about it, bro. Thank you, Peekaboo, for bringing that up. Yo, she ain't bad. She ain't bad. I think we'll see more of her. I think she'll make her way to WWE. Oh, I know you will if you can, Bulldog Rick. Have a safe chemo, kick radiation in the nuts, spear the shit. It's Superman punch, spear to cancer. Let's go. You got this, Bulldog Rick. All the prayers towards you. Yo, I don't know what they're doing with Sammy. I I feel bad saying it, but I don't give a shit about Sami Zayn. I'm sorry to say it, but I'm not saying he's not a good wrestler because he is. Sami Zayn as world champion shouldn't happen. Sami Zayn as European champion would be amazing. We had the European title still. Yo, Raw Man, what up, brother? Wait. That's how are we feeling, Raw Man? I was wondering the same thing about the Street Profits. If I'm not mistaken, the last time they were in a televised match, it was around October. Yeah, I couldn't even tell you. That's how much I don't remember about the Street Profits. They're like so out of my radar right now. And it sucks because they're good. I do. I want to see a new bloodline. I feel like a new bloodline is coming. But I want Rakishi to come as a manager. I don't know if that with Roman doing this non full time schedule, it does make it a little rough because You the head of the faction needs to show up every night. Raw man, you watch Raw tonight? Yo, Zilla. See, that's what I'm thinking. I was thinking if Roman Reigns started a whole brand new bloodline, Zilla Fatu is in it. We bring Zilla in. But I don't know if Zilla goes to WWE though. If he passes NXT, I just think that Zilla's gonna have to go to NXT first before we can, you know. Nice. Okay. Awesome. Roman, who do you think was on the phone with Randy Orton? Oh no, actually, better yet, Roman, scratch that. Who do you think Randy Orton would have as a faction? That was the question we were all answering. So I don't know about the family if this family beef shit being real or not, but supposedly some of the family is beefing with each other. Like Rakishi and Zilla are not getting along. That Rakishi has a problem with Zilla, saying that all Zilla does is bootleg his shit from other wrestlers. I watched the whole thing about it, but I don't know if it was real or just like bullshit. Donaldson, I think that the whole solo faction is pretty much dead and played out. Like, I like how Tamatonga told him, give it back already. Give the lantern back. You're starting to sound like Roman. You know, they needed they got a good group. They just need a they just don't have a lead guy. Those guys are all number 2 guys, number 3 guys, number 4 guys. You know, Solo's not a one spot guy. Hey, what's up? Hey, shout out to you for coming through from Afghanistan. Asmir, Asmir. I hope I say it right. Would you let Would you let Rakishi? What? Hell no. Rakishi's ass is going nowhere near me. Romance I have no clue about the Randy faction. Forgotten Rule welcomed them. And the Wyatt Six are pretty much jobbers at this point. Like, how do you have a group like the Wyatt Six, right? And they're not everybody's conversation. I don't know what is with that shit. Is Bo Dallas doing something behind the scenes that we don't know about? Like, are some of these guys in the Wyatt Six doing something bad behind the scenes? Like, why wouldn't you want to push the Wyatt Six? You know, and that was a good idea they had in the beginning with the lantern, like, and then they ruined it. They should never be able to go to that creepy form without the lantern, and they should never be without that lantern for this long. I am me. We need a real strong faction in WWE right now. That's what I'm saying. That's why I would love for the Good Brothers to come back with Finn Balor. There you go. Bang. There's one faction. Randy Orton starts a faction. Boom. There's another faction that could be good. You know, we got all the Samoans. Let's mix them up a little bit. And even having last Friday, Drew and Fatu go by them fighting, and no one even blink an eye was kind of bullshit too. They should have beat up Drew, and then they all should have just had a standoff looking at each other, where they could have played that into like a real family setting scene. Like Solo could have been like, "We may not see eye to eye anymore, but you're still my family." You know, something. Damn right. Tell them if you like wrestling as me, you landed in the right spot. Make sure if you have not already, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. This is the late night wrestling spot to talk all things wrestling. Don't matter the year, the company. If it's wrestling, we got you. Like, what do we do though with the rest of the Samoans now too? Because unfortunately, they made them. There's too many of them to just like like if they were a little smaller of a group, it would have been like, hey Roman, go take that over real quick. Tamatonga, Tongaloa, and their baby brother, who was bigger than the two of them. That would be dope to see them behind Roman Reigns. Send some to TNA and NXT. Shit. You know, it wouldn't be the baddest thing if solos if they don't want to break them up, they went to TNA and took all their gold, like something like that. And it sucks because they have all these opportunities that they could do all this cool shit. Like you're working with TNA, you're working with AAA, you own NXT, you own Raw and SmackDown are both owned by WWE. Like there's so much shit you can do. For them to not be doing it is lazy. Hey, for God, thank you, brother, for coming through. Hey, I get it. I got another 7 minutes in me myself. Then I'm gonna be calling it myself. But for God, don't forget. Uh, I'm gonna try for like 2:30 a.m. Technically Saturday morning, but for me it'll be Friday night because if I haven't gone to sleep Friday yet, it's still Friday for me. That I will be live again. So if you can, everybody watch SmackDown at some point, so that way you'll know what's going on. I was thinking about buying 2K26, but I don't know. It's kind of pricey, $69. So I was thinking the same thing, Raw Man, and I found that I did some homework on it. Yo, it's a mad money grab game. They want everything's like a pay for, which I'm not surprised. I think I'm gonna stick with the figures instead. Maybe wait till the next. I'll try to get in 2027. Also, Evans, I feel like they should turn Evolve in an all women's wrestling show. It would give the women who aren't being used something to do. Yeah, right. Like Evolve isn't is nice, but like yeah, you have NXT. Like Evolve should not be mentioned on NXT. That's the under, like like Evolve should be like OVW back in the day, where you never heard about OVW. It was always, it was very kept quiet to the average fan. Yes, they need to bring up Ethan Page to the main roster. Yo, he's so underrated and he is so good. I wouldn't mind seeing Ethan Page with Randy Orton. Yo, that could be a Randy Orton world champion. Ethan Page is the Intercontinental Champion. Whew. Who would be Randy Orton's tag champions, though? Hey, make that money, Forgotten, bro. Make that cash. That's exactly what I was thinking. They already got NXT as the developmental program. Making Evolve weekly all women show would be different, right? It would be. Ethan Page with Randy Orton sounds like a good fit, right? I really like that fit. I don't mind paying $69 if it's GTA 6. GTA 6, I can, all bets are off of GTA 6. Willing to break, willing to break the bank a little bit. Who would be tag champions for Randy Orton? That's the question. If FTR was back in WWE, if they left if FTR left AEW, bro, that would be so good if we had FTR, Randy Orton, and Ethan Page as a squad with Arn Anderson as a manager. Ooh. So with Ricky Starks, Ricky won't be he won't be a good number two. Which is why we're seeing that Ricky and Ethan are about to not work anymore together. Otherwise, Ricky wouldn't be bad at all if he was able to be cool with the number two spot. But it's 4:28 in the morning. I well now 4:29. Wrap it up tonight. Your boy gotta get some sleep. I got some shit to do today, and I got a live tonight around 9 o'clock. If anybody does want to come by the other channel tonight, by all means, feel free. We'll be doing a movie debate later tonight on my other channel. If anybody's interested in coming through, you're more than welcome. Brain shocker, what if Randy was on the phone with The Undertaker? Shit. That would really rock everybody. Lucky son of a bitch, Roman. 130 for you. I wish. I so wish it was. Yeah, it's 4:30 for me. Good night, brother. Keep me in just 2 down, my brother from another mother. Oh, you already know, broski. Yo, have a good night, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for coming through. As always, make sure you smash that like button. Tell a friend to tell a friend so we can be friends. Because when you hunt with the pack, you never hunt alone. So as always, everybody, stay hunting, and we'll see you late Friday night, Saturday morning. To fucking so we.